everyone, my name is Jiayi with metric number 279374. I would like to present the background of Hin Leong Trading, which is fully integrated downstream energy company that provide a comprehensive and efficient mix of resources to the worldwide market. It specializes in oil trading, bunker supply, lubricant and greases manufacturing, diesel retailing, petroleum products shipping, terminating and storage, marine logistics support, and inland transportation service. The founder of this company is Lim Ong Kun, and he began his oil distribution firm in 1965. The headquarters is located in Singapore. Then for the audit profile of Hin Leong Trading is Deloitte, which is one of the most extensive professional service in the accounting network among the big four accounting firms. The service provided by Deloitte are audit and assurance, tax, risk advisory, finance consulting, consultancy, and other associate services. Deloitte was founded in 1845 by William Welch Deloitte as a UK private company limited by guarantee, and the headquarters is located in London. Then for the case summary, Hin Leong Trading filed for bankruptcy on 17 April 2020. Lim Ong Kun, which is also known as OK Lim, conceals the losses of $800 million and instigated his employee to forge the document for more than 1 million barrels of gas oil transferred to China Aviation Oil Corporation. This forged document is used to secure over $56 million in trade financing from the banking institution. Abatement of forgery charges will carry a prison sentence of up to 10 years and fine. Besides that, OK Lim is also faced a total 130 charges found, comprising 25 forgery-related charges, 68 cheating charges, 36 conspiracy to commit forgery, and 1 conspiracy to forge variable security. Other than that, Singapore High Court forged $3.5 billion of assets, share, and fund owned by Lim family for debt recovery, which is almost $4 billion to bank. So that's all for me. Thank you.
My metric number is 280636. I'm going to explain two roles of an auditor now. A compliance audit report refers to an organization's process and procedures. These audits are carried out in compliance with contractual obligations or regulatory rules. Hin Leong Exchanging, a bankrupt oil dealer with obligations of more than $3.5 billion, is suing Deloitte and Touch, charging that reviewing firm fizzled with find serious irregularities in its money-related articulations for more than a decade. Concurring to the claim, Deloitte reviewed Hin Leong's money-related accounts and advertised preliminary conclusions for each financial year from 2014 to 2019. The firm had been wiped out since 2012 and the resources were expended. Now, let's have a look in second rule. A code of ethics is a set of rules expecting to help experts conduct commerce genuinely and morally. It may incomplete data on the company's mission and beliefs, how experts are anticipated to address issues and moral rules based on its core convictions. Hin Leong had exaggerated its asset by more than $3 billion, consisting of $2.23 billion in uncollectible receivables and another $0.8 billion in inventory shortages. The oil trading company had also forged documents on a massive scale to cover more than $800 million in losses previous decade. Despite previous losses, the corporation paid out $90 million in dividends in financial year 2017 and financial year 2018. Despite the financial scandal and after it filed for bankruptcy, Deloitte, the company's auditor, stayed firm in assessing the auditor's quality, saying it was based on the information supplied to them at the time. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good day, Doctor. My name is Kong Hui, metric number 279354, and I proceed with the presentation on the third significant role of auditors in the case of Hin Leong Singapore. Auditors should assess the risk of material misstatement at the financial statement of the client at the assertion level. In accordance to the International Standard of Auditing 315, auditors should always use their professional judgment in the process of inquiring about the information that is possible in identifying the risks of management. However, in the case of Hin Leong, Deloitte may have neglected to distinguish the significant irregularities as a total of $808 million loss was not reflected in the financial statement. This shows that the auditors have failed to ensure the relevance of the information acquired by comparing the previous and the current audit, despite has been responsible for the audit of the company for more than 16 years. Hin Leong seems to be in a weak financial situation when there was a need of obtaining additional financing for the continuation of the business. This is shown when a total of $56 million trade financing was supplied using a forged document. Thus, it can be said that Hin Leong has a high engagement risk, and since audit risk is inversely related to engagement risk, the auditors are required to conduct a more rigorous audit by setting up lower audit risk. As the audit risk model shown, if the auditors is examining transactions with high inherent risk or weak controls, the auditors should set up low detection risk to ensure low audit risk. Alright, moving to the next row of auditor, which is to investigate instances of possible fraud. Notwithstanding the fact that auditors cannot be held responsible for the prevention of fraud and error, auditors have the responsibility to obtain reasonable assurance to make sure that the financial statements are free from fraud. Thus, according to the International Standard of Auditing 240, it is necessary for auditors to practice professional skepticism throughout the audit engagement, especially in reviewing the documents and evidence provided by the client. In the case of Hin Leong, despite the documents were forged at massive scale, unqualified opinion has been issued by Deloitte. Also, no corrective action has seemed to be taken by the auditors. Thus, this contradicts with the roles of auditors, where a high level of integrity should be practiced in the performing audit engagement.
Hi, so for the next auditor's role, the auditors will review the internal control system where the firm's audit function uses internal audits to evaluate the efficiency of its internal control system. The main goal of the internal audit is to prepare for an external audit. There are 5 components of internal control in auditing, which is the control environment, risk assessment, information and communication, control activity and monitoring. According to Singapore's Hin Leong Company, the company's financial scandal occurred due to the inefficient internal control by the auditors. The internal control that the company applies is that the company's auditor said that Hin Leong will try to find a way to move forward without filing for bankruptcy to retain as much of the company's worth as possible. However, this will necessitate the approval of all the company's lenders and the new operating capital. The company's trial to find a way was unsuccessful, making the company to face bankruptcy. The next auditor's role is to conduct the audit planning. The audit planning comprises establishing the overall audit strategy for the engagement and producing an audit plan which includes planned risk assessment approaches and planned responses to severe misstatement risk. Planning is not a discrete stage in an audit, but rather a continuous process that can begin as soon as the prior audit is finished and continue until the current audit is finished. For the audit planning, while Hin Leong groups were audited, the independence requirements applied to those audits were lower than those applied to public interest entities audits. The auditors of Hin Leong verified with the ACRA code but did not say whether they used the stricter requirements applicable to public interest entities. They did not say if they supplied specific accounting, tax valuation, internal audits or other services that would have been prohibited for public interest entities or how much non-audit works they undertook. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good day, Doctor. My name is Nurul binti MAHARUDDIN and I will be presenting about the effects on auditors for Hin Leong Trading. Hin Leong Trading filed a lawsuit against Deloitte alleging that more than a decade the auditing firm failed to notice grave irregularities in its financial report. On the other hand, Deloitte attempted to oppose the complaint by claiming that all auditing was carried out to the highest auditing standard and following all the available information. The lawsuit stressed that fraud, trading and alleged misconduct may be found considerably sooner by detection of significant misstatement only if Deloitte's audit of Hin Leong financial statement were appropriately done. On the other hand, Deloitte attempted to oppose the complaint by claiming that all auditing was carried out to the highest auditing standard and following all the available information. Even though the court has yet to rule the claim, it is clear that Deloitte's reputation and image has been harmed due to its involvement in the Hin Leong trading scandal. Deloitte is well known for being a part of the Big Four accounting and auditing firm that dominates the industry. The Big Four, including Deloitte, have come under heightened criticism in recent years due to multi-million-dollar business collapsing with increasing frequency and severity while under their supervision. Deloitte has been engaged in notable scandals such as the Tongat Hulat, 1MDB, Go Ahead and Steinhoff. With the addition of involvement in this Hin Leong scandal, Deloitte's continual errors and mismanaged audit are generating legitimate questions about their competence, reliability, and probably most crucially, their de facto market monopoly as one of the big four companies. Auditors are bound by the laws of the countries in which they work, just like any other person or organization. Hence, under the present criminal legislation, Deloitte might face accusation of fraud and insider trading. Auditing is governed by the Companies Act of 2006 as well. Who can be an auditor, how auditors are chosen and dismissed, and what are their obligations are all governed by several regulations. One major infringement under the Companies Act is enabling a report within Section 495 to disclose every item that is disingenuous, fraudulent, or ludicrous in a substantial way. This suggests that Deloitte auditors might face criminal prosecution for intentionally or carelessly giving an improper audit opinion in Hin Leong Trading's financial statement.
From here, we can conclude that auditors really play a significant role in auditing companies' financial statements as they need to give their opinion on the accurate and fair view without being influenced. The financial statements should be prepared in accordance with the provision of the Act and approved accounting standard to provide an accurate and fair picture of the company's state of affairs. Auditors must consider factors such as materiality of financial statement, reasonable assurance, and professional skepticism to carry out their responsibilities. If one of these happen negatively, a business may lead to bankruptcy and lost reputation in capital markets. Therefore, opinions from auditors are really important for intended users that can place in financial statement.